Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Kami dari kelompok 7 akan menjelaskan tentang layanan Cloud Alibaba dan servisnya. Apa saja sih layanan yang ada di Cloud Alibaba? Sebelum masuk ke layanan servisnya, kita mengenal dulu yuk apa itu Alibaba Cloud. Alibaba Cloud adalah penyedia layanan komputasi awan global yang menawarkan layanan cloud computing, solusi big data, dan banyak lagi. Cloud Alibaba dikenal karena kehandalannya dan ketahanan terhadap serangan DDoS yang besar. 3 cloud service yang ada di Cloud Alibaba. Yang pertama OSS, Object Storage Service. Yang kedua Elastic GPU Service. Dan yang terakhir Simple Application Server.
Object Storage Service merupakan layanan yang menyediakan penyimpanan dan pengamanan skala besar untuk data yang tidak terstruktur. Servis ini cocok untuk semua pengguna, mulai dari pengguna IB ataupun pengguna kelas industri. OSS menyediakan RESTful API dan SDK yang mempermudah pengguna untuk mengintegrasikan OSS ke sistem pengguna. Next. Penyimpanan di OSS aman. Data Anda akan aman di OSS dengan pengamanan SSL. Lalu skalabilitas tanpa batas itu dapat meningkatkan atau mengurangi kapasitas penyimpanan sesuai dengan kebutuhan pengguna. Lalu dapat diandalkan karena terdapat 3 availability zones di setiap region, yang berarti data akan tetap aman walaupun terjadi bencana alam ataupun masalah lainnya di setiap availability zones. Lalu cost efektif karena tersedia 4 kelas penyimpanan, yaitu standar, frequent access, archive, dan cold archive. Dan di setiap kelasnya biayanya berbeda dan untuk penyimpanan hal tertentu. Yang pertama, kelas standar, datanya dapat langsung diakses tanpa delay. Lalu kelas archive, yang datanya butuh 1 menit untuk diakses. Lalu kelas cold archive, yang datanya butuh sekitar waktu 1 jam untuk dapat diakses. Next. Lalu untuk cost object storage service tergantung pada ukuran storage yang dipilih dan waktu subscription yang dipilih. Mulai dari yang paling murah, yaitu ukuran 40 GB dengan harga $2 per tahun, dan yang paling mahal yaitu dengan ukuran 3 petabyte dan harga $396 per tahun. Next. Berikut adalah video demo untuk pembuatan storage atau paket pada Object Storage Service.
Let's head over to the console. So right now we're here at the Alibaba Cloud Console landing page, and I will just go to the Object Storage. And what you can see here is the landing page, where you can see first statistics about all your buckets, like the entire storage that's being used, the amount of traffic in this month, the amount of requests, and so on and so forth. So let's create a bucket by clicking here on this plus symbol, and let's give it a name. Let's call it Arafato-demo. You also need to specify the region. Be aware that you cannot change it afterwards. Same with the storage class. You're defining the standard storage class here. Individual files can have different storage classes later on, but this is really the default storage class here. Let's go with standard. And also you need to specify the access control list. So who's allowed, or It basically defines, if it's set to private, that every request must be signed, no matter if it's write or read. But you can also say this entire bucket should be public read, which means you don't need to sign the request. Anybody's allowed to read the files. Be aware that this is also, again, the standard setting for the bucket. You can specify the ACLs on each file also. Okay, let's hit OK. And after a couple of seconds, my bucket is created. So as you can see, for every bucket, you again have this summary here. What's interesting here, under domain names, you will find the endpoints that you can use for your applications, like if you want to access them from the internet, or if you want to access them from a VPC. Keep in mind that this address here, the internal one, only works with ECS instances that are deployed in the same region as your bucket here. So only resources from Frankfurt can access this VPC endpoint here. All right, let's do something very simple first. Let's just upload an image. And let's go with a cat image here. So I just drag and drop. And after a couple of seconds, this image is here. So let's take a look what we can do here. So as you can see, I can quickly have a look at the URL and can just read that file from this URL. Now, let's go to one of the features that really differentiates OSS from other offerings, the ability that image processing is really integrated here. So let's give you an example. Let's create a rule for a new style that we want to apply to this image. And first of all, I need to give it a name, like demo style. And I want to do two things here. First, I want to convert it to a PNG. And I also want to add a watermark to the picture. And let's call it demo. So this is how my picture will look like later on. And I hit OK. So now, as this style is created, let's go back to Files and click on Cat again. And I can now define the demo style here. Demo style. Okay. Now, each time I add this style to an image, this style is applied. So if I copy this file URL now, paste it here, as you can see, this watermark has now automatically been added to the picture. And if I want to save it, we can also see that it's now a PNG. So this makes it really simple to add different image processing features, which are built right in and are for free. Another feature that I want to show you is the possibility to turn a bucket into a web server, actually. So here's another bucket which I have configured to support static pages. As you can see, I need to define a default home page, it's called index.html, and a default error page, error.html, which is delivered to the client in case the path is not found. So going back to overview, what you can see now is if I now take this URL here and paste it into here, I have a nice static website. And this is ideal, a very cost-efficient solution for landing pages or single-page applications, because as we said, 1 GB of storage costs you 2 US cents plus the outgoing traffic to the internet. This is all what you need to pay, but there's no need to run any web service just to deliver static content. Also, as you can see, if I enter an invalid URL, the error page that I have specified is automatically delivered to the client. So really convenient and cost efficient. Let's go back to our demo bucket and let's take a last look on some features like anti-leech, which allows you to define a whitelist of HTTP referrers that are allowed to access your content. So this is like a low-cost protection for your content, so that in case links to your buckets or objects are distributed in forums, people can just download these files. In order to do that, the HTTP referrer attribute must be set correctly. Also, you can activate logging, cross-origin resource sharing, which is really important for web-based applications that like to access OSS. As we mentioned earlier, you can define lifecycle management rules here. You can define cross-region replication. It's currently not supported in Frankfurt. It's only supported in the Chinese regions and the US regions, but we will provide support for that here as well soon, very soon. Let's have a last view on back to origin feature. As we said earlier, it lets me create mirroring rules very easily. So let's create a rule. And what I want to do, I want to mirror the entire, let's say, Linux kernel archive. Okay, and in case it's not found on my bucket, I want to have it sent or stored on my bucket and then delivered to the requester from there. So over time, this will eventually, I will have more and more data from the origin on my own bucket. So we need to provide at first the origin URL, which is, in this case, this one here. Let's copy that over to here. And I also need, oops, there's a, and I also need the other part, like this. Let's paste it in here. Okay, then I can also say that the query strings should be transferred as well. It's just simple get operations to a file, so I don't need to transfer the query strings. I can also set specific transmission rules for the HTTP headers, like I want to allow all of them, or I only want to transmit certain HTTP headers of the original request. I can explicitly deny some or also rewrite some of them. Okay, in this case, I just transmit all HTTP headers. Let's click on OK. And now there's a mirroring rule here, as you can see. Now, if I want to get this file here, for example, what I can do is the following. Let's go back to my overview. Grab the bucket domain name here. Oops. And append it here. And request it. So, as you can now see, this is now the changelog 4.0.2 of the Linux kernel. As you can see, it's actually part of my bucket. If I now go to files, we will see that this file has also been transferred to my bucket. So this makes it really easy to do zero downtime migrations of any kind of static data, for example. Okay, you can just mirror it, and eventually all the data.
Selanjutnya, Simple Application Server. Simple Application Server merupakan cloud-based server yang mudah untuk di-setup dan di-manage. Simple Application Server mensupport all-in-one service seperti domain name resolution, website publishing, security, dan manajemen aplikasi. Pada umumnya, Simple Application Server digunakan untuk membuat blog pribadi, website enterprise, dan website e-commerce kecil. Next. Simple Application Server menyediakan 20 jenis image, termasuk image aplikasi dan image OS, untuk memenuhi berbagai kebutuhan aplikasi Anda. Next. Integrasi dengan berbagai layanan Alibaba Cloud. Simple Application Server mengintegrasikan berbagai fitur dari berbagai layanan Alibaba Cloud untuk membantu Anda menyebarkan dan mengelola aplikasi dengan konfigurasi sederhana. Next. Selanjutnya, pembayaran Simple Application Server menggunakan sistem subscription, dan jika melebihi traffic yang disediakan dalam paket yang dipilih, maka traffic yang lebih akan dibayar menggunakan sistem pay as you go. Next. Selanjutnya untuk cost dari layanan Linux-nya. Yang pertama itu ada memori 0,5 GB, disk-nya 40 GB, transfer datanya 1 tera, bandwidth-nya 30 Mbps, harganya $3,5 per bulan. Selanjutnya memori 1 GB, disk 50, transfer datanya 2 tera, bandwidth-nya 30, harganya 4,5 per bulan. Memori 2 GB, disk 60, transfer datanya 3 tera, bandwidth-nya 30 Mbps, harganya $9 per bulan. Memori 4 GB, disk 100 GB, transfer data 4 tera, bandwidth-nya 30 Mbps, harganya $19 per bulan. Memorinya 16 GB, disk 400 GB, transfer data 6 tera, bandwidth-nya 30 Mbps, harganya $70 per bulan. Next. Untuk harga dari layanan Windows-nya itu memori 2 GB-nya, disk 60, transfer data 3 tera, bandwidth-nya 30, harganya $19. Memori 20 GB itu harganya $28 per bulan. Memori 4 GB, disk 100 GB, transfer datanya 4 TB, bandwidth-nya 30 Mbps, harganya $38 per bulan. Selanjutnya memori 8 GB, disk 200 GB, transfer datanya 5 tera, bandwidth-nya 30 Mbps, harganya $65 per bulan. Yang terakhir 16 GB memorinya, disk-nya 400 GB, transfer datanya 6 tera, bandwidth-nya 30 Mbps, harganya $110 per bulan.
Elastis GPU Service. EGP merupakan layanan yang menyediakan penyewaan GPU dan sistem dengan layanan lengkap yang mengkombinasikan hardware dan software. Layanan EGP ini meningkatkan efisien dan kinerja untuk pekerjaan seperti AI, deep learning, machine learning, dan kebutuhan grafis berat lainnya. Kelebihan dari EGP ini yang pertama penagihan yang fleksibel. Jadi, kita dapat memilih langganan sesuai dengan kebutuhan pengguna. Yang kedua, keamanan. Keamanan EGP ini terjamin karena telah melewati sejumlah sertifikasi keamanan informasi internasional seperti ISO 27001 dan MTCS. Sertifikasi ini menuntut kerahasiaan ketat data pengguna dan informasi pengguna serta perlindungan privasi pengguna. Yang ketiga, elastisitas, yaitu menyediakan komputasi elastis, penyimpanan, jaringan, dan perencanaan arsitektur bisnis dan memungkinkan untuk menggabungkan bisnis Anda sesuai kebutuhan. Di sini ada dua perbandingan yang menggunakan layanan Cloud Alibaba dan yang tidak menggunakan layanan Cloud Alibaba. Kalau menggunakan layanan Cloud Alibaba, hanya perlu membayar sebesar $676 atau sekitar 10 juta. Sedangkan kalau tidak memakai layanan Cloud Alibaba, yang berarti membeli hardware sendiri, kita harus membayar dengan harga 74 juta. Kesimpulannya, layanan menggunakan cloud service Alibaba lebih murah dan efisien daripada membeli hardware GPU-nya sendiri. Berikut adalah daftar harga layanan eGP mulai dari yang paling murah, yaitu GN5i dengan harga $290 atau 4,6 juta. Ada di daftar keempat. Kemudian yang paling mahal yaitu GN6e dengan harga $1.319 atau 2,9 juta yang ada di daftar harga baris ke-2. Sekian dari kelompok kami, kurang lebihnya mohon maaf. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.